Warning, it is the opinion of the 4th Street Productions LLC and the Working Perspectives podcast that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You have been warned, so if you decide to listen to the recording, then don't complain about the language.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Working Perspective podcast, Weekend Poppin'. You can find us on all podcast platforms, including the Twitter and the TikTok. Today, we're going to bring you stories, all the hottest news from across the globe, things that are so stupid and incredible, sporty and spetty, you're not going to believe what you hear. We're hosted, as always, by our fearless leader, the man to our myth, the mad to our mardigan, Matthew Q. Lavelle, joined as always by the man with a puppy dog heart and a kitty cat hat. Once roasted, always toasted, strong stem Steve Cabot, and a very, very special guest today that I'm super excited about. Our old buddy, the Prince of Pancakes, the Sultan of the Sink Load. He may not have a father, but he's everyone's favorite son, Justin Richardson. Jdub, welcome to the Poppin'.
Hello.
How we doing, Jdub? It's been a while since you and I have been on a pod together.
I'm swell.
I can't wait. I'm so psyched. Steve, what's going on today? I see you ready for the desert?
Listen, I had something to say, but then I can't believe that he has that dark background, that dark shirt and no light, but his pale ass skin, his face still shines over there for Jdub, just shining like a nightlight.
98% Irish skin just glows in the dark.
Speaking of transparent Irish skin, Maddie, how we doing this week?
The Sultan of the Sink Load might be the best thing I've ever heard.
That's going on my tombstone.
Really good, really good.
Sweet.
The Prince of Pancakes, Sultan of the Sink Load. Bern, you nailed it. Great stuff, man. Take us in.
So here we go, guys. Get ready for another edition. Happy Friday, and here comes the Weekend Poppin'.
All right, let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. Working perspectives.
All right. On the show today, we're going to be bringing you topics from around the globe. The topics are going to fall under 3 different categories. The categories are Stupid Is as Stupid Does, Incredibly Incredible, and Sports and Speds. To get us kicked off with the first story, we're going to go to Jdub, Justin Richardson. Jdub, what do you have for Stupid Is as Stupid Does?
So in Los Angeles, California, a woman showed up to the place in which a lottery ticket was sold that won $1.08 billion in the Powerball.
Yes.
She showed up, she cried, celebrated, cheered, refused to take interviews, and celebrated as if she had won the lottery. A day had gone by. They re-interviewed the people who worked at the convenience store. That woman didn't win the lottery. They don't know who she is, and she can't be found for comment. She did not win the lottery. And so everyone there was like, who was that lady? So no one has showed up and claimed it as of yet, which I wouldn't either. I'd keep it on the low for as long as I could. But they, this woman just like showed up and was like, I won, and like started hysterically crying. The news was like, can we see your ticket? She just like kept walking towards the store and like got all this press about it and then disappeared into the ether. Like a true psychopath.
Now there's got to be 2 directions, right? Either one, she misplaced the ticket and realized that she might have thrown it out or didn't have it. She actually did one, but she got rid of the ticket. Or number two, like Jdub said, there's those funny memes that I might not tell you I won the Powerball, but there will be signs. You'll see me with boats, Bentleys. The shop will be closed forever. I don't know. I may be dabbling into drugs I've never done. I don't know. Maybe I get taller. Maybe I get more handsome. Maybe I got a bigger schlong. Who knows? But there will be signs.
Get the shin lengthening surgery. There is that scenario where like maybe she just misread her ticket and thought she won and like goes to the place and then realizes like Evan is the Powerball. Like, oh, yeah, I won and I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah.
Even if that's the scenario though, if you have a couple numbers, don't you still get bread? Like she would still like, I don't even think it can't be that. It can't be that.
Yeah, you win
if
like
she was
$4
one off, she would still get something. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a good chunk, right?
I think she maybe just wanted to feel special for the day. You know, makes a big deal about you. Like it's a nice little ego boost, even if it's not real. Maybe she was having a low morning and she thought, for an hour or two, I'm gonna be a lottery winner.
Yeah.
She's like, you know who won the Powerball today? I did. Me. I'm gonna go tell everybody.
She went home, put her feet up, poured a glass of wine. She was like, yes.
She tried the old fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
I won. Let me see the ticket. No. Just pay me.
Dude, that's too funny. Yeah. No, I'll tell you this though. If she did like lose the ticket or something, or was like, you know, something like that. I remember a couple of years ago when those people from SEPTA won the lottery. Right, it was like a group of people.
Yes.
There was this guy that comes to Graham's. His name is Dan the Train Man, is what they called him. The way
like 24 people or something.
Yeah. So the way they do, you know how they do it at like an office, they'll be like, all right, everyone throws in a bunch of bucks, we'll get in a bunch of tickets. Exactly. Yep. And if we win, we split it. Whatever. This guy did it every time. For years, he did it every time. The one time he doesn't do it, and dude, he was on suicide watch. And everything, they were not like he was like just mortified. Could you imagine?
You gotta cut him something. You gotta break him something off.
Listen, I'm gonna be real honest. I'm not a great person. I'm robbing one of the people after that happens. Whoever I like the least out of the pool, I'm putting on the ski mask and running in your house. There's no way I can let that slide.
I never believed in those things, but I only would put in my money because I couldn't be the guy on Monday who showed up and it didn't like, oh my God, every jerk off's not here because they won.
You're the
lottery.
Only one in the office.
Yeah.
Like, well, I got a lot of work to do today.
Yep.
Couldn't have. Oh, couldn't imagine.
No, dude, it would be awful. But yeah, well, hey, I mean, who knows? Maybe this lady will come back with like, I had my wrong ticket last time, now I have my right one, and smoke it or whatever. But yeah, no. I mean, whoever did win it, congratulations. Lucky person.
Yeah, someone won $1 billion.
It is possible though. You can have them generate the numbers randomly, or you can pick your numbers. So it is possible, people multiple can winners, choose the same numbers.
Yeah.
But they can tell you like right off the bat how many winners there are when it's wrong. They'll be like, there's only one, or there's 27 or whatever.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, let's keep it moving then. Real good stuff. Steve, we're going to go to you. What do you got for Stupid Is as Stupid Does?
This story might be one of my all-time favorites already. I love this story. So, Rayanna Bell Brock, 23, a Kentucky sorority girl from the Bluegrass State, dubbed the Queen of Chaos, appeared recently in her 10th mugshot and boasted, this is one of my favorites of all of them, right? Just to be honest, she's a dime, right? Loves her mugshots. This poor girl is, after she stole a car and wrecked it, drove it back to her dorm where they re-got her, right? And this is where her 10th mugshot came from. And she thinks she looks the best in this one of all of them, where she looks fantastic in all of them. But anyway, this poor girl, who's both her parents are incarcerated currently, which I don't even know how she made it to college with both her parents being incarcerated. But this girl we're just going to go through a couple of them real quick. In March of 2018, which was her first mugshot, she was arrested when she was 18, and that was for wanton endangerment of a police officer. Then January 2019, violating probation. July 2020, terroristic threats and stalking. Please stalk me. September 2020, contempt of court because she didn't show up. March 2021, unauthorized use of a vehicle and criminal mischief. November, still in 2021, failure to appear in court. January 2023, she gets theft of a firearm, right? So out of all those, I kind of was interested in this wanton endangerment of police. So I looked up that case. It was in Virginia. Don't know why she was in Virginia. She goes to Kentucky. She got wasted, reached into a Virginia State police officer's car, stole his hat and his taser, and was running around with the hat on, telling people she was going to tase him because she's a police officer.
Oh my gosh.
Matt, please look this girl up so people.
What was her name?
So
Yeah, what was her name?
Rayana Bell?
Rayanna Anna Brock, Brock.
She's a national treasure.
Dude, I mean,
She's the best.
Talk about a total white trash name. It's Ray Anna.
Hey. We go over this with your cousin too. I like the Anna. I like the Latin influence. I don't like that.
Rihanna.
That's the white guy pronunciation.
No. She
Stop
ran.
being such a gringo.
All right.
Ray.
Fleetwood Mac
Oh,
pronunciation.
she definitely Rayanna.
Hey, Rayanna.
Hey, Rayanne.
Hey,
But once you-
Rayanna.
Once you see her, you will absolutely call her
Oh,
Rayanna.
I seen her. And
I seen her. He's a looking and he's a liking. Wait till you see the one that she said was her favorite. It's in an orange jumpsuit with blonde hair. That's the one she said was her favorite and was boasting about it. Yeah.
This one right here.
Those are all
No, that
her.
one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, the one you got the thing on. That's the one she said. Nope, the other one. Right there.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
down,
yeah.
down to the right.
This one.
No.
No,
Yeah,
those
that
are
one.
all
You just
her.
had it.
Oh, the one in the middle.
There's
Yes,
so
that
many.
one right there. That one right there.
She's a treasure.
Dude. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
dog,
Yes,
she-
Rayana.
And I don't know about this site, but I'm
Dude,
now
you're
going
right.
to-
The
Guys,
newest
not-
one
just-
is good.
Just to let you know, guys, we found our thumbnail. All right.
Yo, so hold on. I didn't check this thing out yet, but apparently there's a handle called Mugshot Shawty on Instagram, which I did not gander into yet. But this is like where she went national with it. Apparently they have a big following. And like most of the time, they always put up like funny mugshots. They saw her and her 15 different mugshots and were like, first off, if that's me, I'm sorry. After the March 2018 arrest of the endangerment of a police officer, I'm not getting out of jail for a while. So I don't know how she just keeps getting released. Oh, I do know how she's getting released, but she keeps getting released, reoffending. And the judge is like, you know what? That beautiful girl is probably not dangerous. Let her go. Let her go.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so wait, both her parents are incarcerated?
Yes,
So
correct.
how the hell did she get into college? That is a good
Is she
one.
really smart? Because apparently not.
Yeah, Bern, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I have two thoughts. That what you just showed us showed that she has 11 mugshots. So if she doesn't go for the 12th to make a full calendar, I think it's a huge miss.
Wow.
I think you got to go for 12 to
Wow.
make the full calendar.
Wow.
Hold on. Before you go on, can we cut that? Because Bern, we're gonna monetize that and we're gonna make the calendar because you just put that out there. Now somebody else is gonna keep that secret.
Sure.
Great idea, Bern.
Great idea. There's the working perspective calendar this year.
And she doesn't, and she like this broad's gonna care if we throw her a couple bucks. You know what I mean? Like she's not gonna be a lawyer. I mean, she has a lawyers on retainer. I'm sure
She's gonna be in jail anyway. You
Put
know,
a couple
like-
bucks on her books.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
Also, I have a theory of how she got to college.
Okay,
She
please.
clearly
Hell yeah.
killed the real Rayanna Brock. I mean, this is a woman who's
Ooh.
untethered by the rules of common society. Who knows who this is? I mean,
Right.
her parents are in jail. There's a lot of people who aren't around to be able to prove who this actually is. So I wonder who this hero really is.
This
Where are
model
your parents?
citizen.
Oh, they're in jail. You know,
Jail?
both of them
I wonder what their parents are in jail for. That'd be good to know.
partying.
Yeah, for
I hope
having a smoke show of a daughter.
I was about to say creating a dime.
Yeah.
Like the daughter's running around, she's just grabbing police guns and like wrecking cars and stalking people. I hope her parents are in jail for like mail fraud. You know what I mean? Like just a couple of real squares.
Yeah.
The hat and the taser makes it so fun to me. The
Yeah.
fact that she
The hat.
taser and the hat.
The hat.
Yeah.
makes
You know,
it-
If I encountered her on a college campus with a taser and the hat, I'd be like, please shoot me. Shoot me right now.
You'd be like, marry me. Hello.
I know, actually, I'd probably been drunk too. I'm like, let's go back and get the car.
you want to know how I met your mother?
Uh,
She was hammered in a police hat with a taser. She shot me, and I knew it was love.
Listen. I never understood how some of these broads fall in love with a guy in jail. I'll be your pen pal. If she's in jail, we can be pen pals. I'll send you a letter or two.
50,000 volts of pure love.
Amen, pal.
In the nuts.
Eat it, Cupid.
Yeah, very good. Great stuff. Good stuff, Steve. Great way to go with stupid as the stupid does there, right around it out. We're gonna move on to incredibly incredible, really good. Jalen Jdub, what do you got for incredibly incredible?
This is incredibly not good for one man. The Yellow Freight Trucking Company is currently filed for bankruptcy. And they used to offer, after 30 years of employment, a full pension. A man who is in his 27th year of employment just found out this week that they will no longer be honoring that. And he is, it's less than 3 years away from receiving a full pension for the rest of his life. And instead, he has now been informed that they will match like 25% more to his 401k or something. Don't quote me on this. I'm not a newsman. But yeah, that happened to a man this week in America.
I mean, like the pension, when you sign the contract to get the job, the pension is in the contract.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, how do you just decide 27 years later, like, we're not going to honor that anymore? It's when I got this job,
there's no money
signed
left.
on, this was part of the deal. Well, right. I mean, that's it. But like,
it's your fault, not my fault.
Yeah,
I did my
exactly.
27.
Let me ask you a question, Jdub. This guy is when you said it's a trucking company, so he's a truck driver, correct?
Yeah, I believe he's a long haul trucker.
Yeah. So this guy works 50 weeks out of 52 weeks a year for 27 years. I'm getting a Peterbilt. You ever see the ones that like pull wheelies and like do the truck pulls in like Kentucky where this broad's
Optimus
from?
Prime.
I'm running that thing directly through the home of whoever had to, shut this company down because he was being a scumbag.
Yeah, whoever got
Peterbilt's
their
going right through the front door.
Yeah,
whoever got the bonus because they no longer have to pay pensions.
Yeah.
And Jdub, I'm guessing you saw the video too, right?
He was very upset. Obviously.
He was hot.
No,
I love the guy in the background who's like the HR shill who's just like just has to sit there and take it, and every once in a while be like, no, as I was saying, and this guy is like, he's not listening to what this fella's. And I give the HR guy credit. He keeps trying to interject. I would have been gone. I would have run.
Yeah. Exactly.
I had a similar thing happen in front of me, but on a much lower scale. So I worked for a cold storage company. You could accumulate all your PTO, your sick time. You didn't have to use it. It would all roll over.
No end of the year cancellation rolled.
None of that. You could roll up. So there was a guy there who was an upper manager who had at the time like 6 months worth of PTO vacation all saved up, had never used it after all these years.
Could take the half a year off and get paid.
Right.
Yeah.
And he probably made like close to 80,000. So they get bought out. We have like this big meeting, and in front of him, he's told that like 1 week will be honored. And he's
my God.
Yeah. And he's like, well, what about like the time you have saved up? And she's like, unfortunately, like we're only going to accept over like, it was like 40 hours. We would accept.
Unfortunately, everyone in this room dies. What are you talking about?
Unfortunately,
I kill everyone.
I watched the man lose $40,000. And I was just like, oh my, because I had only worked there for like a year at the time. Didn't affect me, but I watched like an upper management guy be like, I came to work every day, and for it, I now lose. He's like, I should have just taken my vacations.
Did you offer to peg him? Shout out to the Tuesday show. Did you offer to peg him?
Me and Jamie came to his house, tried to just rail the pain out of him.
Yeah, hold on. You got to remember, you got to ease it in, right? You got to ease it because it hurts.
Sure. Unlike the 6 months of vacation time you just lost, I'm going to slowly enter your anus.
Dude, this poor bastard. Bro, that is awful. That's
27 years.
That's
not
a
6 months.
I agree.
Yeah.
Also, like, we're gonna honor 40 hours. Like, I legitimately have like 3,600 hours. I have 4,000 hours.
I have 52 more times that.
Yeah.
I agree with Matt.
Brutal.
That's cruel and unusual punishment. That should be banned by the Constitution.
Well, also the thing is that there's no repercussion for the bigwigs that are doing this.
Nope.
That is such like that's the thing that's the worst is that there's no way this guy can fight back against them, and it's that's what's the worst thing about it. Where it's like if he could take these bastards to court or whatever, more power to him. And I think if a jury of his peers, I think the jury of his peers would side with him. You know what I mean? Like you'd hope at least. But this guy, I mean, just the fact that there's no repercussion for just literally like this is like they abuse
for being
this guy.
The best employee,
the
for
best
doing
dude.
the right thing for 27 years.
Yep. That just tells everybody else, dude, don't work hard. Don't show up at your job. It's not worth it.
Yep.
They're going to screen it. Like this guy, like he had to
He
be
did the
on
right
suicide
thing.
watch, man.
Did the right
yeah.
thing his entire
Dude.
life.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
another one, very similar and real quick. There was a guy who like worked at Burger King for, I don't know, 10 years, never missed a shift.
Was he slow?
He was. Like he was a nice gentleman, but he came to work every day and he did a good
Right.
job for a very long time.
Right.
And for it, they gave him like a watch.
A
and,
helmet?
like, something, and like people saw it online and they started to GoFundMe for
Yeah,
him.
hell yeah.
And he ended up getting like $40,000.
Nice.
And then he bought comic books.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but he enjoyed it.
Here's a few fun fun facts. The CEO of Yellow Freight, Daryl Hawkins, annually makes $1.27 million per year, and all of the Teamsters went on strike 2 days ago. So now, Yellow Freight is looking at bankruptcy.
And that
Oh,
union
wow.
very,
What if I
very
said that
much-
earlier. He's gonna go bankruptcy because you can't do shit. He's gonna do bankruptcy.
Go
the
ahead,
yellow
Justin.
the Yellow Freight union lines up very closely with UPS's, and you'll find that when Yellow Freight, which they just went on strike, UPS is probably going to follow suit shortly.
Not far afterwards, yeah.
Wow.
Hey, anybody with a brain in their head that looks and sees what's happening with Yellow Freight, I don't care if it's UPS, FedEx, any other union. Oh, we're going on strike right away. Because if I'm a guy who has 20 years in the game in that company and I saw just what happened to my guy, oh no, all of us are going on strike right now.
Also, though, like, what's his pension? 80 grand, 95 grand, 110 grand. CEO makes 1.27 a year since 2018.
Yeah.
So, like,
He
Give
makes
me it out of your
1.17. Yeah.
Get me out of your paycheck.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, screw this. No, I could not agree more. Then that CEO definitely doesn't work even half as hard as that other guy. So let's keep, dude.
No, he's never pissing a Gatorade bottle in a Peterbilt.
Yeah. So nice. All right. Let's
Or had
keep
a lot lizard.
I mean, maybe he has. You don't know. Shout out. Let's keep it moving. Steve, we're gonna go to you. What do you got for incredibly incredible?
I may or may not need to wear my Rambo mask for this because you never know what's around in these days. Anyway, you guys don't know who I am. So if you ask, my name is Justin Richardson.
Right.
A judge today in Delaware rejected the greatest man on the planet, the only guy I want to hang out with anymore, Hunter Biden. His plea deal, which if anybody knows anything about a plea deal, your counsel, your defense lawyer meets with the DA, the district attorney. They sign a deal, makes you either you accept it or you don't, makes the charges a lot less, but you still get like some slaps on the wrist. They had that signed. I may or may not know how court works, allegedly. But so because of this, they had a plea deal set. He walked in there looking cool, calm, and maybe ripped the line before he went in, but has a nice shirt on, has a nice suit on, looks fantastic. He walks in there and that judge looks at it and says, hold on, there's still an open gun case for a known drug addict to be possessing a firearm because for some reason, every time Hunter smokes crack with super hot whores, he has to film it. I have no idea why. But she was like, I've seen the videos. Yeah, I think he's just showing it. You got to show your friends. You know what I mean? So and he also has a hog on him. I may or may not have seen it. So he likes to show it off, right? So Hunter's like, yeah, I'm going home. Everything's good. My dad is the leader of the free world. And the judge was like, cool story. Plea deal rejected. And my favorite part, get a job. Again, do you know who my dad is? Why do I need a goddamn job? He's the leader of America. I have a job. It's called coming out of his nutsack. Anyway, so she says, get a job and don't do drugs. Because if you do, you're going to jail. So now we got there's a trophy named after him on this show, and poor HBZ has got a little bit of problem in paradise. And now I don't know where the nutsack on this poor lady came out, but she stood up to basically the mob family that runs America. So she said, suck it, and she don't have a penis. So that's
I would love.
No, I feel bad.
I would love if this judge went to like college with the president of of the United States, and she took him out to a nice seafood dinner, and then he never called her again. Yeah, I would love if this is Hunter B or Joe B just being a hound and it getting his comeuppance, and his son has to eat it because his dad was a pussy hound.
I like the concept that Hunter has a pending felony and he has to find employment, which means he's gonna work at like a True Value or like a like a Rita's Water Ice,
Yeah.
And you're gonna walk inside and be like, "You want to smoke crack in the break room?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, I want to smoke crack."
Yeah.
Yes!
I brought all the crack.
Yes.
You want a mango water ice? I'm like, "Yeah, dude."
Yeah.
Sick.
Victor's in his prime. Hunter will thrive. Hunter's gonna be okay.
Hunter gonna hunt. Hunter will hunt.
Who knows? I mean, Hunter could work his magic and then have the judge reverse his sentencing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not into politics, but if there's one man in politics I want to hang out with, El numero number one is Hunter.
Oh,
this kid knows what he's doing. And it's not like you said. It's like if we're at Rita's Water Ice and Hunter is somehow working there with me, it's not like, well, I make $4 an hour, so I can't buy crack. Hunter's like, oh no, don't worry. My dad's the president. We got bread. We got the crack. You're like, oh, what? He's like, I also have a Corvette. I got this. Hold on. Let me make a phone call. All these girls show up. You're like, this is the greatest day I've ever worked at Rita's. I cannot believe I'm working here.
Yeah.
And that's like you have like the 17-year-old kid at Rita's who's like, oh my God, that's so cool. What are you, like 25? He's like, no, I'm 49. Like, wow. Really just ride until the wheels fall off, man.
You ever get a foot job from a prostitute? You're like, I haven't, but I'm ready. Let's go.
I haven't even taken my SATs yet, but I'm gonna party with this guy.
You ever smoked crack in a deprivation tank?
Go ahead, Justin.
I was gonna say, there's gonna be a kid making minimum wage supplying Hunter Biden with clean urine. It's like, look here, I know you make $7.50, but I need your piss.
Yeah.
That comes from his sister. It's not even his because he smokes weed. He's like, I know you can't have any drugs. My sister will piss in the cup, though.
Yeah. Nice. That was good shit. Shout out Hunter BZ. The Hunter Biden Award winner will be, still up for grabs, guys.
Listen,
Everyone
the trophy
knows.
still lives. I don't care what happens. He lives in our hearts and our minds forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're big fans of Hunter Biden on this show.
Huge.
Big supporters.
It's I know we make a joke of it, but like the concept of being the president's kid and smoking crack and taking pictures of yourself while fucking prostitutes and having a gun is just
the best.
It's what
insane.
this country was built upon.
Goddamn right it
I agree.
is.
We're still rooting to,
Right.
you know?
America.
Yeah. Rootin', tootin', fighting son of a gun. I love it. Nice. All right. Let's keep it moving then. Steve, we're going to go back to you. What do you got for a sports and a speds?
All right, he can. I don't know who just told that last story.
Right.
We're
Hey,
back,
thanks
right?
for stopping
Never
by,
dry
whoever
snitch
that
on
was.
Hunter.
We're back. Listen, did anybody get a whiff of this Mbappé contract? Because Saudi Arabia, again, I love when they make these Forbes richest men on the planet list, and you got Bezos and you got Elon Musk. These dudes don't have half the bread because they don't report it of these Saudi princes that own all the oil in the world. Like they look at those guys like they're me and you. Like you might as well be the guy working at Rita's compared to a Saudi prince. So they were like, you know what? I know soccer. It's only soccer, but hey, Mbappe, how about I pay you almost $800 million for one season? Think about that. They're in pro sport. America is the number one sports place in the world, right? That's why when any person from any outside of soccer, because soccer's gay, but out of anything that's not soccer, everyone comes to America because that's where all the money is, right? That's what we're the sports fanatics. We're the ones that hold it in the highest regard. They offered Mbappe $1.1 billion for a contract that's guaranteed if he comes and plays for whatever team that this Saudi prince owns. So basically what's going to happen is guys like, this is the funniest part, guys like LeBron, guys like, or other prominent guys, Dame, what's the dude from the, oh my God, you have to cut that. Damian Lillard, bunch of guys were like, I'll play soccer right now. I'm so confused because the biggest star in America that you can possibly imagine, and they gave Bern's little queer friend like 300 million up there in Boston, which is still strange with his fucking picks. But they gave that guy. That's for a 5-year contract, and that is like one of the biggest ones ever in basketball. This guy, so they broke it down. There was like an Instagram thing that broke it down. 700 million over almost 800 million for a year. It came down to like $23,000 a second. This guy's gonna make to play soccer. $786 million for one season. I mean, again, he got an extended contract. It's 1.1 billion, and I don't think people understand billion, right? So there was some weird stat where they talked about a million seconds is like 3 days, right? And then like a billion seconds is like 1 month, right? A trillion is like, fucking 10 years or whatever. Yeah. This guy, there's no athlete on the planet that's a billionaire off their contracts. Now their endorsements is different. Just off their this guy's going to get paid $1 billion to play soccer. What kind of? I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know.
The whole NFL cap. So each NFL team is allowed to spend $225 million a year. Mbappe will make close to 3 times that in one soccer season.
300 million of that goes to Paris Saint-Germain, the club, because the way soccer does it. You have to, it's like the mob. It's like a dowry. You got to pay the club the transfer fee, which is just they keep that. So the total is like 1.2 billion.
Sorry, you're talking about billions of dollars and you're worried about 300 million? Flick a penny at the club I work for while I walk out with thousands stuffed everywhere. Just money falling out.
The club's pumped. He's pumped. I mean, everybody's happy. Also, I think he's 23.
24.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, just turned 24.
Is he only 24?
Yep. Yeah. Mbappe.
He's a kid, man.
Does that make him the youngest billionaire in the world?
I mean, I don't know. He was 18 in the world, like 2 World Cups ago. Like he was 18 or 19 the first time he played. So yeah.
My favorite part was, did you ever see the guy that sets up the it was an Instagram thing, and he sets up why if America really focused on soccer, it wouldn't even be a contest. And he has like LeBron as the goalie, and he has like Tyreek Hill running down the sideline, and he has like all the craziest players. He was like, "You think they're worried about Mbappe? The only reason this guy gets this money is because America does not care about soccer."
Americans into soccer. Well, a good way to get Americans into soccer is start letting them know that people get $700 million contracts for a year. Like that's a pretty good way to whet the appetite of like, I'm a little undersized, but I'm super athletic. Like, maybe get a world.
Get destroyed, playing football, get crushed, or, cry if someone comes near me playing soccer. Yeah.
Right. And remember, the great empire before America was the Romans, right? And the Romans loved fucking combat, right? Combat. And ain't nobody in America watching soccer because one guy gets absolutely brushed. They take him off on a stretcher. Then he gets off the stretcher and comes back in the next play. They literally took him off on a stretcher and he comes back in the next play. That's why no one respects soccer. You guys are the corniest sport on the planet.
It's the most extreme version of the same stuff everyone does, right? Like it's every basketball player is constantly fouled and has never fouled anyone. Every wide receiver has been held, for the last 5 years. You know what I mean? Like it just soccer really got ahead of the game, and we're like 200 years ago. They were like, okay, with everything touched,
let me show you how to
hit with a mace. Yeah, they're just ahead of the game.
So nice. All right, let's keep it moving then. Jdub, what do you got for sports and speds?
So unfortunately, in sad news today, I have to report that LeBron James' 18-year-old son, entered cardiac arrest at a basketball practice today. And I'm not one to push a vaccinated here or there, but how many 18-year-olds have you heard that enter cardiac arrest while stressing themselves out?
0, especially when you're the best athlete in the world.
And again, I'm not saying anything. I don't know anything. And I heard Larry Johnson, former Penn State running back alum, report this on Instagram.
Flat earther.
He has Bronny James has 999 tattooed behind his ear. Upside down is 666.
What does that
Yeah,
mean?
I don't know. Yeah,
Marker the Beast.
not saying anything.
Yeah, I know
but I'm
it's
saying,
666, but what's 999 mean?
well, upside down it's 666. There's some sort of religious sacrifice. They're up to all kinds of stuff. But
So wait. So you're saying like a perfectly healthy 18-year-old kid was playing basketball today, went into cardiac arrest
Yes.
during the game, and
during practice,
there's no like
A practice.
During a practice. Okay.
Yeah,
Practice,
correct.
So
and he's okay.
okay.
Reported.
Yeah, he's out of ICU. So they he's going to USC. They were getting ready to go to play a bunch of teams in Europe as like a kind of preseason
Warm up.
Yeah, so the NCAA gave them an extra week of practice so they can start a week earlier than everybody else since they're going to be on this tour. This was like their second practice. Also, there was another player at USC last year who was an 18-year-old who went into cardiac arrest during a practice. He's okay now too. He ended up playing in like 15 games last year, but like, what's going on, USC? What's going on over there?
USC's right across the street from one of the greatest hospitals in all of America too. So that's why Bronny's fine. Like not only does USC, yes, it is.
Yeah.
So not only do they have the best like staff that immediately administer what they needed to do. Thank God he's okay. He's a kid, but
Right.
he's across the street from one of the best hospitals on the planet. So
Same thing that happened to what's his name last year from the Bills.
DeMar Hamlin.
Hamlin. It wasn't Hamilton, it was Hamlin. Yeah. Same kind of deal. Like just out there doing their thing, and just
in that same post that I'm referencing, Larry Johnson shows that he didn't actually get hit in his chest. That it actually was helmet. Dude, I follow Larry Johnson. If you don't follow Larry Johnson on Instagram, follow him. He's up to all kinds of nonsense and weird stuff, and he probably has massive CTE.
Do you remember the one time that he tackled Palomalu by his hair?
he didn't tackle him, Matt. He grabbed him by his hair and bitch swung him to the ground. It was awesome.
Dude, he slammed him down and then lifted
Part
him
of the
back up
uniform.
by his hair.
By his hair.
Yeah, great.
Slammed him. Oh, sure is. Slammed him by his hair. And then people were like, well, if it's going to be your hair, that's going to be your uniform. And Derrick Henry was like, bet, grab my hair. I'll drag you to the end zone like a rag doll.
Yeah.
They don't do that to Derrick Henry.
Speaking of sports contracts, did anybody see what Aaron Rodgers did today? He restructured his contract from $36 million this year to $1.65 million this year.
For real?
Yeah. He just took a $35 million pay cut because he wants the Jets to go. He wants the FU Super Bowl worse than anybody in the world. Now, I think they owe him like 100. I think they owe him like 83 next year or whatever. But he did the old so Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay and takes a pay cut. Devontae Adams leaves Green Bay and takes a pay cut. I mean, Green Bay's had a nice run, but if you're a Packers fan, you got to be like, what are we doing here, guys? Like our best players are leaving and then playing elsewhere for
less
money.
Yeah.
That's rough. Rough to be a cheesehead today.
Their team is complete dog do. That's why. And there's not enough hours in the day for him. I don't care if he goes for free. There's just not enough players for them to spend the money on. So it makes no sense.
Yeah, but $35 million voluntary haircut for Aaron Rodgers today.
He's also in the Big Apple. So all his endorsements and everything else that you're gonna get from New York.
He ain't worried about it.
He's fine. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. He ain't worried about it. Yeah. I mean, maybe too, like maybe he has some linemen that they want to pick up or something or whatever. I mean, it does help,
That's the real deal, Matt. That would be bad. Like, can you guys not let me get killed?
Yeah. But I also think too, that might be him. Like, he knows he's going to make a ton of money, like you're saying, in New York. So it could be him. Like, this could be like a publicity tool.
And I'm sorry, this is his 18th season. How much money has he made in the NFL?
Right. Yeah.
500 million. Like, what are you talking about?
First round pick. But this is the Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady did that for years and years and years. And ended up getting a couple Super Bowls out of the deal of being like, I'll take $1 million this year. Go get me 2 tackles. You know what I mean? I'll take $1 million this year. Go get me a cornerback.
Was there? Yeah. Oh, Tom Brady was famous for that. He also had the #1 grossing supermodel on the planet.
Yes,
his wife during the entire time. She made more money. She made more money than he did. Yeah, she made more money than he did. When they separated and he wants child support, Giselle pays Tom. That's how much money she's made.
Damn.
Insane.
They estimate when people were speculating on the divorce, they estimated that he was worth about $350 million with all, like, if they're splitting their assets, and she was worth close to $7 million.
Oh,
So like almost
God.
like double. Like,
Oh
you
my
imagine
God.
could you imagine being worth $350 million and living with someone who still looks at you like you're short? You know what I mean? Like, that would be just crippling.
She's just shaking her head at you every time.
He's just like,
shaking your
here,
head
Tom, buy your avocado ice cream, Tom. Here, get your avocado ice cream, Tom.
He's holding up Super Bowl rings. He's like, I have rings too. I have many, many rings.
Yes,
Like,
yes, Tommy.
I know you heard this before, Matt. Hey, Poha, you make dinner tonight, Poha. You make dinner, not me. You make dinner.
Nice. All right. We're coming to the top of time. Let's get this thing going. So we got some Let's Get Retorted to record. So Bern Podcasy, what do you got to say before we get out of here?
nothing, man. Just miss Liam. As
Yes.
you know, but I've been aching to get on a pod with Jdub. It's been a while, and super excited when I saw him here tonight.
Yeah. Me as well. Strong Stem Steve Cabot, what do you got to say before we get out of here?
First off, I completely disagree with Bern, even though I love him. I don't like Jdub. I don't like seeing his face. He's from the same neighborhood as me. I see enough of him. I want Liam back. I don't like him, but I have a little bit of advice for the people. If you go to the beach, make sure you put suntan lotion on your ankles and the top of your feet, not just everywhere else. Because if you don't, you're a chuchalamingia, as my father always called me. And now, I got blisters on my feet because I'm a chuchalamingia.
Yeah, you are, pal. You certainly are. Jdub, thank you for filling in for the one and only Lasmeeshma Liam Reese. But what do you have to say before we get out of here?
I just want to warn everyone before we go. I don't know if you know this, I just found this out recently. The Amish are stealing kids. And allegedly, the Amish are stealing kids to procure their bloodlines because there's a lot of inbreeding out there. And if you're a drug addict and you leave your kid, the Amish will steal it and hide it in a farm. It's happening rampantly, and you got to watch what those bowl cut bastards are up to.
Really?
They're stealing kids out there.
Not gonna lie, if one of those horse buggy riding sons of bitches comes near my daughter, I will murder all of them.
But talk about farm strength. We gotta figure out a way to get Jdub and our boy Mike Lindell together. I think they may, sometime in the future, I think they're gonna have some great ideas about how what's going wrong with this country.
Yeah, I won't be sued for $1 billion, but allegedly the Amish are stealing kids.
Attaboy.
Your children that you left abandoned are the people making that furniture.
Yeah.
They live 4 miles away from me. So I guess I'll keep
You
my
better
head on
be
the swivel.
careful, Bern. Watch your children, your wallets. They out here getting people, yo. The Amish are up to stuff. Do not trust them.
No, God, no. Well, speaking of not trusting the Amish, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, coming today by Strong Stem Steve Cabot, Bern Podcasy, Bern Podcasy, and Jdub Justin Richardson. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You have us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks for listening, and check out Let's Get Retorted on our YouTube channel. Thanks. See you.
Yo, this Chinaman hat got me sweating my balls off. I don't know how they do it in Vietnam, but this Chinaman hat got me sweating.
All right, we're over on time. So everyone listening, this is post show. We're doing Let's Get Retorted. All right, thanks. See you.